helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
I see in the next few months a nicer country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the hem of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come.
This government is not arresting anybody for speech. We don't arrest people for abusive language. I don't care how abusive the language is, because we decriminalize it. And when you decriminalize something, you don't make exceptions to it for particular people. You don't. It's the law. And there's two successive presidents who intervened in this particular area, just on behalf, mostly on behalf of you who are journalists, on the radio, you're doing your podcast and all of that. And will not arrest anybody for it. So our president, His Excellency Judicial, is frequently insulted. Very frequently insulted, all on the social media, on this. Some people just get up with $1 in their phone and just cussing. You think we're going to go out there to go look for the people to still arresting them? No. We're in the free speech era. These two laws, the Table Mountain Declaration and the KAK Act, were specifically to protect your right to free speech. Just the other day, the president made a brief stopover at EAWA Hospital for the anniversary of the 70th anniversary of the radio station. He stopped there briefly, spoke to the people, told them thank you, we have been in Liberia for so long. Then from there, he went to Rick's for the closing of the Baptist Convention. While he was at Rick's Institute for the closing of the Baptist Convention, there were people on the radio and on social media and on other things saying that the president had been rushed to EAWA Hospital for undergoing treatment.
I see in the next few months a nicer country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the hem of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come.
The judge ascribed unto himself an authority that he doesn't have. When specific provisions of the Constitution are raised as subject matter of discussion in a trial, a court of limited jurisdiction, specifically a trial court, does not have the authority to interpret the Constitution. That authority is ascribed to the full bench of the Honorable Supreme Court. So today, the judge had indeed agreed that the former officials of government are immune from any criminal prosecution or judicial inquiry for acts committed or acts carried out while serving as members and statutory members of the National Security Council and principal advisors and agents of the presidency. That immunity of the president that extends to the advisors of the president and the agent, that immunity can never be subjected to judicial review in a court of law. The courts shall refrain from conducting inquiry on the basis that any attempt will compromise national security. In fact, it's on the other way around. Why we should be protecting the protection of national secrecy, I see the government proceeding to expose national security operations, especially about expenditure during elections to keep this country safe from threats to the elections. Is that with the wisdom of the judge? The next thing is the defendants, the former ministers of the former officials of government cannot stand trial. Why? Under the due process clause that we have in fact, our cases like the Wallow versus Wallow, the landmark case on due process, before you are convicted, you have the right to question the witnesses, to produce evidence in your favor in order to exonerate yourself. These officials are prohibited by law not to defend themselves.
I'm saying this to the president of Liberia and his gang. When you behave as a gangster, you are a gang. I am deliberately saying it.
It's very divisive. If I call the senator board, the senator call us who support Joe, we are gangs. You should be happy that I'm calling a board. Legislatively, he's a board. Legislatively, he's a board.
I'm saying this to the president of Liberia and his gang. When you behave as a gangster, you are a gang. I am deliberately saying it.
It's very divisive. If I call the senator board, the senator call us who support Joe, we are gangs. You should be happy that I'm calling a board. Legislatively, he's a board. Legislatively, he's a board.
You heard Daryl Dillon. Which kind of light are you talking about? The LED light or the jack-o'-lantern light? So people just go to the legislature to seek their personal interests, while vast majority of the people suffer. This has been happening for 177 years. When will our people break away from poverty? All of us should start pondering over this question. But we've been poor for 177 years, even though we have abundant natural resources. But when will we break away? You have a legislature. For example, we expose these people. You know, there are many reasons, too many mistakes. And the mistakes can be piling up. Then you be telling all your exercise patient, your weight. Yeah, we will wait, but we have to check these mistakes. Senator Darius Dillon is living right in Monrovia, right in Maserado. Why are we giving him 10,000 to go to the constituents? Are we serious here? He's living right to the place the constituents are. But we're giving him 10,000 to say go to your constituent and go visit them. Is that a serious country? Is that what you call rescue? Senator Yombikanga Lawrence, she also lives in Maserado, even though she represents Bassa. But when you go to the Bassa people that we don't also give you money, just stop. When security personnel in the police, in the army making less than 150, we should be giving you 10,000 to go visit the people in Bassa who voted for you. They have no medicine. When the ship is sinking and the captain is not listening to your suggestions to make sure to keep the ship afloat, you cannot sing along with the captain. You have to get off the ship and raise the alarm that the ship is sinking, captain. JMB has asked for time, but when you ask for time, you can't keep making mistakes. Asking for time at the same time you make one mistake to singing, and the captain is singing, and the captain is not listening to your suggestions to make sure to keep the ship afloat. You cannot sing along with the captain. You have to get off the ship and raise the alarm that the ship is sinking, captain. JMB has asked for time, but when you ask for time, you can't keep making mistakes. Asking for time at the same time you make one mistake to another. Making one mistake to another.
Joseph Parker is an old, frail, and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen. Joseph Parker is an old, frail, and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen of the Republic of Liberia. Do you argue that? Joseph Parker is an old, frail, and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen of the Republic of Liberia. Do you argue that? Joseph Parker is an old, frail, and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen of the Republic of Liberia. Do you argue that? Joseph Parker is an old, frail, and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen of the Republic of Liberia. Do you argue that?
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. when we are award lawyers, will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country, as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
You are. Yes, we can help but thank God, faithful and true in all of his ways, never reneging on his promises, but fulfilling every word that he utters in the fullness of his time for our protection and benefit. He's God. We can help but bless his holy name for keeping watch over us throughout the night, and has set us into this day to make our country better. In spite of what Nebuchadnezzar, Cyrus, and the rest of the guys will do, we will make Liberia better. Against no one but Liberia. Ralph Cooper from Denver, Colorado. John Foley Tombikai from Bible College, Broadville, that's District 17. Nevet Pevet, you are on. Jackson C. Poning, you are on from District 18, Block 18, Intellectual Center, alongside the chairman, Romancio Latupan, Cannibal or Rico for short. Good to have you guys on. Hope that you guys are doing well at the Intellectual Center, District 18, Iron Factory, Block 18. Good to have you guys on. Ibrahim Krumam from Claratown, District 14. Not much has been heard about District 14 lawmaker. We need to take a panoramic view of the lawmakers, because it seems they are more focused on the money, exalting themselves, than focusing on what they were elected to do. You hardly hear anything of those guys in their respective district, but running after $5, $10, $20. Otello Gatti from Batnasville Junction, Heron Toll, Caldwell, Stephen Yakadi from District 2, Lower Magibi County, Marcus Gede, Congo Town, Bajibo Freeman, the United States of America, Adamakane, Sino County, Buta. This is where the confusion is golden beryllium and the people there. Adaman, yes, that's it. Murphy Hinen from where? District 9, Maserado County. Masari Abdullahi from JJY community. Yes, good to have all of you guys on. Can appreciate you guys the more. Emmanuel Bro, you are on. Says, as always, from Minneapolis, Minnesota, the USA, I am happily watching today's edition of the show, Kings 88.5. Good to have you on, Emmanuel Bro. Good. Time is of the essence. Let's go. We've got a couple of issues to look at. At the same time, we pay you for coming on, watching, listening. We gave you 10,000. It's 10,000 today. The King's Cash giveaway. Oh, 5,000, eh? So much money is given out. 10,000 and 5,000. So that's 15,000. Midweek, if you can get 15,000, your week lack. Lack a low. So start playing now. Go ahead of me as you usually do. Dial *79 and *24#. Play as many times as you can. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just play. And you will have your 10,000 and 5,000. That is 15,000 in this damning die economy under Nebuchadnezzar. I need not tell you. So you need money. You need money. All of you are all over the place complaining that the country is hard, is tough, and is going to get harder and tougher as time goes by. But you can save yourself from experiencing such difficulties. That is by playing the King's Cash giveaway to get 5,000 and 10,000. I hope I was in your position to have that. I would be more than excited to do. Dial *79 and *24#. Play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US, and then you can have your 5,000 and 10,000, 15,000 upward grabs. Hit the jackpot. You can make it. You have done it before. You continue to do, and you can stay do. So keep playing. Continue. Don't stop. Many times as you can, and then your 5,000 and 10,000 is up for you. Time is of the essence. Let's get started. As you start playing, too many wrongs are unfolding. Too many wrongs are unfolding. So let's start with the president. We take it bit by bit. The president this week called a cabinet meeting. It was a very rushed one, not well planned. Sorry to say if I use the word disorganized. Not because you saw people sitting around the table as ministers and the president was there, so you think it was organized. No, it was a disorganized cabinet meeting. Anything that is rushed, that is hastily arranged, and the agenda comes from the head, that is disorganized. If you have not understood what organized and disorganized is, but you can have this. I'm giving you a practical situation. It was a disorganized one. So it was hurriedly arranged. Most of the cabinet ministers were caught unaware that the president has called a cabinet meeting and you have to be there. Mr. Minister, sorry, just called to say that the president has arranged a cabinet meeting for tomorrow. So most of the guys were caught unaware. But given that he is the president and the president wields so much imperial power in Liberia's presidency, and everybody within the corridor of the executive will work at the will and pleasure of the president. So they had no option but to move. Refusal will lead to dismissal. They were there. The cabinet meeting, unlike the previous, lasted for less than 45 minutes. It didn't take long. Only two things were on the agenda. And put those two together, they can be summed up in one. Bwaka was uncomfortable. He sees that things aren't working. He has now come to the conclusion that if not all, but most of his ministers are misleading him. Most of them are greedy, selfish, self-centered, and they are undermining. It is now he tries to sit up as leader, but the guys, some of them have gone far ahead of him. In that meeting, which was called on Monday, when I came on the show, I told you people that Bwaka's countenance wasn't right. And he said a couple of things. Let me tell you this. Why you're not hearing. I had wanted to play the voice so that you hear the president himself, because in broadcast, it's convincing when you can listen to the person himself saying it. But our president is only heard clearly out of Liberia. He is the only president that is not heard, understood clearly in his own country. When Joseph Yuma Bwaka is out of Liberia, you would think that, or when you're listening to him, you will conclude that it is 16, 17-year-old boy talking. But when he gets back into Liberia, the voice is gone. I do not know what is the reason for that. Bwaka sits in the cabinet room presiding over the cabinet retreat, is highly heard. Even though the room was quiet, his ministers were attentive, but they were finding it difficult to still understand what he was sending across. Well, you can attribute that to the PA system, but I don't think it is the PA system. If it is the PA system, then it means that his structure is just not good. In that cabinet meeting, we get to that. We are getting reports that the wife of former Liberian president, slain Liberian president, Nesido, is dead. That's what we are getting. We will get to that. So in that meeting, the president raised a couple of concerns, particularly how his ministers are conducting themselves. He talked about his ministers traveling, leaving the country without permission from him. He told them in the meeting, in the cabinet retreat, that some of his ministers were indifferent. They weren't respecting him. They do not respect him. They will leave the country without permission to him. Yesterday, when former President George Weah raised this same ethical issue, these same people who are ministers today, they said it wasn't true. Weah wasn't leader. The woman has the right to go, all kinds of stuff. They capitalized on it. These guys, I can see why Marvin Cole said they are putting pressure on him so that he will give up the ghost and they will assume the presidency. Everything they condemned, they spoke against yesterday, that it was wrong in Weah regime, that Weah was not being respected by his leader, by his ministers, that Weah did not have the leadership. We see the same thing. And thank God Almighty that the very Joseph Yema Boakai said it. That's what he said in the cabinet meeting, that the ministers were leaving the country without any respect to him as the leader. That they will leave when they're in the air, then they send behind a voice message or a telephone message. That they were not seeking permission, they were not briefing him, they were not giving him anything, or let me not say where, they are not. Not only that, but that he didn't know the purpose of their trip. They will make trip out of the country, and he, Joseph Yema Boakai, the president of Liberia, the man who is in charge, will not know, they will not tell him. They will opt not to tell him, meaning a blatant disregard. When they are in the air, then they will send voice message or they will send text and say, tell the president that I've gone to XYZ meeting, or when the president asks, you please tell him. Keep playing the King's Cash giveaway. It's 15,000, 5,000, and 10,000. Dial star 79 and star 24 hatch. Play with $200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 and take that 10 and 15,000 or 5,000. That's 15,000. It can do so much for you. It can solve too many problems that you are countering. It takes you out of poverty into a good life in this damning, die economy of Nebuchadnezzar. I can say it more than you want me to say. I can persuade you more, but you already know. Just dial star 79 and star 24 hash. Play with $200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US, and then you will have 5,000 and 10,000. Put all together 15,000. You are good to go. The other thing he said in the cabinet meeting, these ministers, his ministers, they will refuse when they travel or they're traveling, not respecting him as the president, not seeking permission from him, doing things on their own. I tell you, the people see Boakai as constitutional president. That means he was sworn in. But in terms of following all other procedures, they didn't see him. No. Right now, as we speak, there is a coup. There is, how they call it, how did Paul use, there's a word Paul used. He said, amen, I will get more used by Paul. Okay, the government has turned to a sectarian government, or you say factionalized. The government is factionalized. Certain people loyal to Joseph Yema Boakai and certain people loyal to Jeremiah Kuhn. Certain people loyal to Yombli Kanga Lawrence. They take instruction from Yombli Kanga Lawrence and don't take instruction from Boakai. Certain people, they take instruction from Boakai and they don't take instruction from Jeremiah Kuhn. Certain people take instruction from Jeremiah Kuhn and don't take instruction from Boakai. Everybody has their patron. That's how it's looking. It is based on those that Boakai observed that he called this meeting. The cabinet meeting was not necessarily of showcasing developments, but he felt disrespected and he still feels disrespected. So he said they will refuse. Another thing they will do, that it was reported to him that the ministers will refuse when they travel to leave their deputies in charge or to give them responsibility. Meaning, when Minister A is leaving the country, he will tie everything around himself. When he's not there, everything about the ministry comes to a standstill. You hear the people, oh, we can't do this now. We can't sign it. The minister not here. The minister travel. If the minister is out of the country for 2-3 days or a week, nothing will happen in that ministry. The Boaka said it. He said, when the minister is leaving the country, they refuse to put their deputies or to leave their deputies in charge. They will even refuse to give responsibilities to the deputy so that the work of that ministry will go on. In essence, the president said in a cabinet meeting, everybody has taken on to themselves the ministry as their property. When I'm not there, nothing should happen. When I come, before anything happens. Not only that, here you go. I wish the president was clear. I wanted you to hear him say it for himself. But I listened to it over and over. It's not good. Broadcast is for quality sound. That's why broadcast, when you're saying broadcast, it's saying quality sound. That is why when you're playing something on the radio and it's not clear, it's so muffled, you hear people, oh, but they're forced to play that thing. Yeah, man, it's not clear. We're not understanding nothing. But when it's clear, everybody debate open right there. Argument open. He went on to say that it is now a normal thing of his ministers and deputy ministers leaving with no written communication to him about the nature of their travel. Let me quote him word for word. He said, some ministers can already be on their way or have even left the country before sending in official letter. He went further to say such disrespect undermines accountability and proper coordination. He will also talk about the eat all, take all, experience all, be the only minister to be sane and not their deputies. What he meant was, Minister B feels he's the minister, so he must travel to all the countries. He must experience everything. He should be the one to get all of the paradigms. He should be the one to come back and boast to his colleagues at the ministry. When I was in the United States, I went for this conference and we tell he should be the one to say, teasing his deputies. We were in France at that international conference on that he should be the only person. Hey, JB, that easy. The way that there are some ministers who just want to eat all, take all, experience all, be the only minister to be seen, and not their deputies. That they should not create opportunities for the deputies to experience the same thing. No, but it should be only them as ministers. That's what he said at the cabinet meeting. What other thing he said? That his ministers, after attending one international event, instead of coming home, they will hurriedly move to another country for engagement instead of allowing their deputies or assistants to represent them and come home and do other jobs here. Meaning, if Minister C got the responsibility to go there, Minister C in that country, and the conference is finished, and Minister C got this another stuff to attend XYZ, instead of saying, I have urgent responsibilities at home, I will not be available. However, my deputy will make the representation on behalf of the government. That minister want to go there
And even if the events were 3, 4, 5, he should be the only one to be attending all those conferences. Why the deputy or assistant, they sit down here in Liberia and just say, be telling people the minister travel, the minister not here. But this is a fun government. But I said they will hurriedly move to another country for that engagement instead of allowing many to create opportunities for their deputies and assistants to go and experience. There is a quote from the president on that. He said, I'm quoting him directly, word for word. Even when they are already in another country and there is another trip, instead of giving their deputy a chance, they quickly rush to the next country themselves. He went further. If we want a functioning government, meaning the government not functioning, that's simple English. If we want a functioning government, is an expression that the government is not functioning. If we want a functioning government, we must allow others to represent us. One person cannot be everywhere. Meaning his ministers are greedy. Yesterday they were condemning. What a shame. What a disgrace. What another thing he talked about? He said, okay, consistent absence of cabinet officials from public functions. Meaning when he's somewhere, he goes to any public event, he can only see few ministers around. The rest of the people, they on their own. The reason the people can stay away because they don't want environment. They feel that the man, you're either here, he is a drink water and speak to the people and go, or you will see him leaving the podium to go on the other side. So the people too, they don't want to be embarrassed, the ministers. So he said their presence at events where he is or will be a matter. Then the corruption aspect. The corruption. He said the ministers, donors have raised concern. The people who gave in their money, according to Boaka, they raised concern. They took up the issue with him based on their investigation, their observation. The people have reconnaissance here. Every project they implementing, every dime they gave this government, the people have their own people who are observing. Some of them are involved, some of them in disguise. The president said the donors raised concern with him, and he named sectors where corruption is taking place, even though corruption is all over. But we're quoting him directly because these are the ones that he pointed out. That project implementation is slow, delay. Then he said misuse of allocated funds, mainly in the agriculture, health, and educational sectors, saying that the donors raised concern with him. Simply put, corruption in the agriculture sector, the money the people putting in, Alexander Nuta and his people, they manipulating the system. The health sector, the money the people putting in to upgrade the health sector, the materials thing they bringing in, the health minister, Louis Quoto, she and her people, they manipulating. The educational sector, the American minister, Dr. Jaso Mala, the manipulating things. But I said that the donors raised concern with him. That is the reason I wanted to play the voice. So you see, but the president, he's already frail. Then the PA system is just bad off. I wanted to play so that you hear him say it for himself. But we will not make up a story. We will not lie on the president. That's what the president said. Here is a quote to what I've said. He said, ministries must account Ministries must account for how they are using public money. If you give a contractor a job, make sure it meets the requirements. Make sure it meets the requirements. If not, both the minister and the contractor will be held responsible. So one of the reasons Bwaka called the cabinet meeting, because international partners raised concern that, Mr. President, we don't see anything happening. We're putting in money, but our investigation revealed different things. Where the money going? What things are happening the way they're happening? That was led Bwaka to call that cabinet meeting hastily. They have had how many cabinet meetings now? Things just that kind of way. So corruption, the president admitted that stealing in the agriculture sector, stealing in the health sector, stealing in the educational sector, as well as all the other sectors. In the water sector, yeah, the Guapolu pump that they carry him to go open. President, no president in the world can open or go to dedicate that kind of thing. Only Liberian President Joseph Boakai. That's why he said since 1847, no Liberian president ever dedicated such. He will not be doing that again. Because they made fun of him. Then let me conclude here. He said they must coordinate invitation for international events, spreading it out. Meaning, when the minister has an invitation or the invitation comes to the minister can look at that invitation and say, this one does not concern me much as I am the minister here, you want me. However, given the content of it, I am designating my deputy minister or assistant minister. Spread the invitation around. Let everybody have a taste. That's what Mr. President said. And truly, the guys have been very savage. You had the other minister in this place, the other minister going to that other place, then the deputy sitting down, giving announcement to people. The president not here, the minister not here, the minister travel. Then when he comes back, he called general staff meeting to say nothing but blasting because he minister. That's the first one. Then let's go to JMB projects. This I should give the credit to Anthony at Law Teacher Light, A.B. William. He shared this, and I thought to share it with you because the propaganda team they have developed, or the idea, is not working. I told you that they are going to come up with something that's going to be so bad. It's not helping them at all. The timing was too poor. Let me share that with you. Then we get to James Etter. And after James Etter, then we can get to you. But keep playing. Continue playing. 5,000 and 10,000. Dial star 79 and star 24 hatch. Play with $200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US, and then you hit the jackpot. Your 5K in your account, your 10K in your account. Today Wednesday, we're going into the weekend. So let me give the credit to Anthony at Law Teacher Light, A.B. William. He shared it. It's good. It's called JMB Projects. I think I should leave this for when I get to that, but just so you know, the government is reloaded now. Reloaded. And do you know that word reloaded is misused? The government should not be using reloaded. But because they are all sentimental, they are confused. They just don't know what to do. They think they can prove a point to the opposition. So they come up with all kinds of stuff that doesn't make sense. Should you be, what are you reloading? You know what reloaded is? You know how this word evolved? Your responsibility is to deliver. So why are you reloading? Hold on, we'll get to that. I will explain this thing. You'll see it, and I will share some lines with you. You will check it up, and then you will see. So the word reloaded is misused. But yeah, what Teacher Light share, he said, GMB projects, cash reloaded, poverty reloaded, hardship reloaded, suffering reloaded, stealing reloaded, excuse reloaded. That is it. They reloaded. We'll talk more of that. All right. Then let's go to Jessica, the late Jessica Coleman. Last words on earth. Then we talk about the internet system, but let me just say it in passing. The two GSM companies have to step up their game. Lately, the internet is so embarrassing. You can hardly do anything for 30, 35 minutes, even 10, 15 minutes, you are off. Both Lone Star and Cellcom. We understand that you people are challenged too. You're facing some difficulties, but you guys can improve the system. It can be like this. All right. This morning, I sent a message and I am still waiting. She hasn't replied yet. I think she's in one meeting to another. The head of the Liberia Medical and Dental Council, Dr. Collins, asking her, what is the stance of your institution and Dr. Poto on Jessica's situation, who was allegedly tampered with by ELWA Hospital? I'm waiting. If they reply, I will share that with you. Until then, these are Jessica's, James Etta last words. She said, hello. Remember now, she was a medical person too. She had this medical knowledge. So those things, she knew exactly what it was, their responsibility. I think even when it came out initially, we heard her explaining the medical aspect. This one goes this way, this one. So she said, hello, family. I don't pray for any bad thing to happen to me, but just in case I don't make it out of this place, you people should please request for an autopsy to check my abdomen properly and know the actual cause of death. A foul and in Liberia. I am begging you, please, let doctors reopen my body in the presence of my family. You people should please don't allow those people that did this to me go free. There is a reason why my kidneys failed, and I never had any kidney problems. At the meantime, I am holding on and still trusting in God. Yeah. Apparently, she saw death. She knew that she wasn't going to make it. And so she'll write a short will before leaving the earth. Terrible. So we await. I communicated with Dr. Poto. I sent a message this morning, and Dr. Collins, Benita Collins, a Liberia Medical Dental Council. It has to stop. It can be a business as usual. Boaka said there'll be no business as usual. No business as usual is not restricted only to money, to stealing, to those things. It means any thing about life. No business as usual in the health sector. Everything has to be professional. Everything has to be accounted for, and on and on. No, the expression "no business as usual" is not only a reference for money or taking money, living extravagant life, or corrupting the system. Those are the few I thought to share with you. Keep playing, continue playing, always play many times as you can. Down star 799 star 24 hash. Play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US, and then you can open your account. You will see 5,000 in it, 10,000 in it, and your week is ma'am, as the beginner can say. Very shortly we'll do one draw. Don't worry. While Boaga has made the country hard, everything difficult, we're still finding means by which things can just get better with you people. That's why you people have to keep listening to us. Trust us, believe us, will not mislead you people. Those of you that are online, share the show. Share it as many times as you can. Let it go all around the world. The battle is on. We told you from the onset what the government was doing. So they have developed their idea. The goal is to counter us, to say, look, international community, what King's FM is saying is a lie. Don't listen to them. So that's why you have to spread it all over. Spread the show as many times as you can. Share it. Please do, because this is a warfare. We will not sit and allow the people to mislead our people. Yeah, that is why we are in it, and we are in it bravely. We look in their faces and tell them they are lying. So let's talk capital. Bolivar. Should I keep that? Okay. Yes, that will be part of the closing. Yes. So let's go to you. These are the pointers. Down star 79 and star 24 hash. Play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US and get your 5K and 10K. Very shortly, we do a draw, and then we hope to do another one, and then you see before the day end, 5,000 and 10,000 all over the place. That's 10K, 5K. So let's go to the line. Let's go to the lines. That's 0772 23 99 33 0886 30 44 97 0777. That's the women's line. 0777 980375. The information is filtering that the wife of slain Liberian President Samuel Kando Nesido is dead. That's the information filtering. Hello? You went off, Chief. You went off. Yes, you went off. Hello?
Yeah, how you doing, Sandro?
Yes, I'm doing fine.
I got two on my radio. This is Reverend Civil What's going on? What's your topic? So that I can do small contribution.
But even if I explain it to you, you didn't get it detailed. So you will not know how to make an input because you needed to have gotten the details. Since you just came on, keep listening. I got the other issues to talk about, then you can make your input, yeah?
Thank you very much.
Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Andrew.
Good afternoon. Let's hear you, your name and where you call from.
Anis Momoki Masale calling you from Poland community. Yeah. The country now under GMB government, the country now is not stable. When you get sick, just pray to go to your there's family member. At least my boss on country medicine and give it to you. But you try to go to medical personnel and they will kill you for nothing and just stay your kidney away.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Sir, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, this is Edmund Carr. Are you sure the visually impaired guy are giving the president to the fire to deliver? You know, that is the reason why what they say he's a puppet of a president and people have problem with it. What kind of president would be in charge and you have minister misbehaving on him? You know, they are completely misbehaving on him. And it's good that he is not coming out to say, because when you guys straight the issue up, the opposite, the ruling party supporter will come out and say, oh, what you guys say it's not true, it's not true. But when you talk about corruption, the last I think it was you that flared last issue that the donor are raising serious concern with the executive mansion when it comes to the issue of corruption. Here he has come now to validate it. There is a thing that they are going on. But most of the projects where the guys are actually slow on, maybe that's strategy they are using. Because after the rush way and conclude it, they don't have no prospect that they will get new one coming on. So they'll delay with it. So they be going with it small. Because when we rush, we finish with it. We don't have anything for project going on yet. So that is that. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Carr, thank you so much for calling. Have a nice day. Hello. You want to have our chief? You stay there? Hello.
Yeah, no, sir.
Good afternoon.
You see, this country we in today, I'm cooking for cover. They will find ourselves right now. So long, the man in the government, the bad person should not be there. If you will always happen because the men are human past seller. He will be doing to be selling the people price, be getting money over rich. The man is thinking more expensive than bad person. All the things are going to you call you do all that thing for to say human part continue.
My man, won't talk about human part being here. You follow the show, you follow the trend of the discussion, man. That we've when you say you can't say something different. That's not how it goes. You're listening. You don't jump into the conversation and just saying all kind of things because you have the right to call and make input. You must follow the discussion. Listen to the talk show hosts. Every talk show host has his or her pointers. They talk one after another. So what you don't hear them say, you don't get on the air and say that. It's not because you have that on mind you want to say it, so you deviate. Let's go, your chief. Hello,
sir, man. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad the president is confessing his own guilt.
Yeah, the man confessed, though. Man said put disrespecting him.
Yeah, he's confessing his own guilt. I mean, he went to global and told the people to see. The people are seeing. And he knows that the people are not paying attention or are respecting him as a president. And he keep mute. All of these things are going on. He get the people to go ahead, so no need to blame them. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great midweek. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Let's hear you. Then we'll go to the women's line. Let's hear you.
These are the situations we expect.
What is your name? Your name?
I say my name is Ben and Zawo, and I call you for Central Morovia.
Yeah, let's go, Ben.
Yeah, I said this is a situation that we expect for the government to be tackled instead of galvanizing a bunch of white collar Zogo and putting them on a radio talk show called class radio there. We get the issue of the health sector being deteriorating. We get the issues of poverty striking our people on a daily basis. We get every kind of situation that is confronting the people of this country. Instead of the people looking in this direction and strategizing means to tackle this situation, they are not doing it. But they get white collar people who are grouped themselves and calling talk shows
talk show and say they are on a class reloaded show. I think it's quite
Hey, Chief. Hey, my man. I can't we talk about no class reloaded about. But man, we'll pick here, man. Okay, let me go to the women's line. It looks like the men to the judge. You follow the show. Follow the trend of the discussion. Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. And you?
I'm my sister, man. My sister from Cloudtown.
Yeah, let's hear you, man, Sissy.
Thank you for the show. Look, my brother, like Bokuto. His brother shut up his birthday. Then I do that Bokuto. Yeah, Boku. If you give me somebody say Bokuto, like, hey, he doing? He's making fun. He rocking a bonnet shaking. He joking. Then I do.
Yeah.
Now he wants about it.
Oh, my.
Allah.
Yeah.
Oh, they see the people from the black people, they can't tell what they put line to me, put line. They can let the boss make it to me for the e-play. That Boku to that show. They was trying to play to black people. They know to know all the places. Everything is well with black people. They talking about they poking last of the Tuesday. Anyway, I can't go. When they say, oh, I bet you what's up. Let that go.
The best. Man, see, he won. He won when he's somewhere. You see, when we are in power, when we are going to the play, ministers used to respect him. They used to be there. But when I realize he ain't getting that support, when he go to public gathering, most of his ministers, the other people that can stay away, only few can be there.
The folk can be there. And the power do it. What they want to be the place again.
Yeah.
They give me the state. Then they protect you, they go home. They want to be the state. Let's see and go. So that Boku talking about who get time for it. Who get Boku talk? That's your way. I want you.
Okay, Basisi.
Get up for oil. Thank you, my brother.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, you are on the air. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm at the second. Thank you. The president fool up. The president say tell him, they say that they said that you are still money, but you say the community. So that they want to use the money in the community, they got to carry the country. Why say why the poor when they get a concern him? You get a poor power. Who something that will be halfway.
The boy not respect the man. Mama, the boy they respect Waka.
Why they make it out of order? Oh, I will you hold my face. You say anything you want to do, you think the two will be funny. They can't be funny. The method must see your money anywhere.
Yeah.
They get money and I pay carry air. What a problem? That's what you have about that. When you pay that with water, we have water. We the love your woman. We the love your man there. We the love your children. So faster to set the love for your ego. Thank you.
Thank you too. Have a nice day. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah. But who's the boy? I know.
Rascal Pape. The German do that thing for la dopo monon to note OI for Bakana Crow. He was the would think of Sabo who friend of water around that state go to Jeff, go to Fenor for me hospital. Who was there from or help of Battle won't get them.
Okay.
You got it killing and the killing for you. You got it Papa for you. Our killing now.
No, when thought that one, no, and I thought that one, the thing that I thought that one you must talk on. Hello.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Andrew. How is it?
I'm good.
Yeah, thank you very much for the show. May God continue to bless you people. My name is Abraham Yumaya. I come to police. Pakistan.
Let's hear you.
Yeah. Oh, Mr. Andrew. Hey, leadership be an example. What I can tell the law that guard a country from century to century. Then you expect the followers to respect him. They don't know as you lead, they won't follow your lead. That's just what happening. He's the one that tell them what to do. And they in the United Party also know that when they keep power, then the country should be noisy. They brought war in 1989. They made the country noisy in 2018 going up. Then they was not respecting him. When they're not there, they get another deputy to lead. That's what they tell the people. So it's not strange. So thank you for the show, Kobe.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Yeah, is this Andrew?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. By communicating on the line, I've seen somebody else diverting, and if somebody is shooting on your line, because I'll call on the show first, and different person on the line telling me something else. This is why I want to call up to find out what's going on your line.
I'm not experiencing that though, but you are on now. So let's hear you. Oh, you've gone off, Chief. I'm not experiencing that. Okay, so let's call this person. Yeah, we're trying hard to give people their rating because it's not easy. Let's call this person. Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna call this person to give 1,000. Why you playing for 10,000 and 5,000? Because not easy. You know, when the people play and play, yeah, you gotta get their son in to drink water. Yeah. Yeah. Yo, hold on. I will get back to y'all. Yo, hold on. Hey, I give the people the 1K first. Then we'll go to the 5K and 10K.
Hello?
Good afternoon, sir.
Hello?
Yeah. This is Sam Andrews. I'm calling you from Kings FM 88.5. What is your name?
I'm Sam.
Huh?
Sam.
Sam
Kofa.
Sam Kofa?
Kofa.
Oh.
C-O-P-R.
Sam Kofa. Where do you live? Huh? Where you living, my man? Where you living? My man, change your location that the weather will know when it rain, the internet, I mean, the system can be bad. Telecom. So where you living now?
I live in Hong Country.
Okay, all right, I can see why I'm also giving you a hard time. But you've been playing the King's Cash giveaway?
Yes.
You how many times you play? You can play regularly?
I play regularly. I've been playing.
Okay, you've been playing, eh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so and continue to play, yeah?
All right.
So you know what happening now?
No.
We're sending you 1,000 Liberian dollars. Check your account so that at least you'll be drinking soft drink while you're playing.
All right.
Yeah, check it, yeah? Check it. It's there, Nana.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
Okay, all right.
I'll continue to play.
Yeah, continue to play. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, you hold on. We gotta get the people their money, and not easy. We're fighting hard. You know the way GMB not turn the country now. Yeah. So we gotta fight hard to get what they're rating. Y'all hold on. Let's go to the next person. Okay, so let's go. Let's take a few calls, then we move to something else. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. You have a few calls, then we'll call the next person.
Yeah, my name is Timothy James, and I call you from District 12.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, I said that the woman is not playing like myself. You can see everything correct on him. So I don't care how no matter how even he listen to radio or read newspaper, but he's supposed to know if things okay in the country. Yeah. So and also I really been wishing to talk with you. So I don't know whether if you and myself can exchange contact, because the other day I was listening to you. You was showing on Gmail that people can Gmail you on, but I tried doing it, but I couldn't go through.
Oh, you are my email?
Yeah, I tried getting to
it's
you.
Sam Andrews 201@gmail.com.
I found it difficult, so I don't know whether if
that one,
you can respond me.
Then at the internet you gotta be trying. We too we experience it. You have a phone or you put it on call computer, you put it on there, it work. All right, looking, yeah. But that's a mail there. Sam Andrews 201 at gmail.com. There's nothing I can do beyond that, Chief. Thank you. Hello.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Come on, my
Yeah, let's hear it. Yeah, that the information we're getting to, oh, Mama. That the information we're getting. Oh. Yeah. I know that one thing I can't say that information we're getting to that we King's Evan not saying it like they get all the information they know. That's it. We say the information we're getting. Yeah. If we get a real information, everything about it now, then we can announce that she died and she died to this place, she died of this. So when you hear the people saying all I want, then I mean to get it. But we can't say it that way because we not get it. That information we're hearing too. That one, according to our law, is not wrong. You can say it that we're getting report or it is being reported or people are reporting. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Let's take this break. When we come back, we call the next person, and then we move to another thing on the show that we out.
It's your bonario, Sibiri Pila Patala, Liberty Fortune Company is here for every one of us. If you want to get money easy, buy Liberty Fortune scratch and win. They will make it a get a kappa. Hey, yeah. If you want to get money easy, buy Liberty Fortune scratch and win. They will make it a get a kappa. Hey, yeah. So let me see your hands up for Liberty. I say we are a big Pafate. I say we are a big Pafate. Let me see your hands up for Liberty. I say we are a big Pafate. I say we are a big Pafate. You can play with your $1 US or equivalent 200. Simple mathematics. When you buy a Liberty, you win your money straight. Liberty Fortune scratch and win game, make it easy. Oh. Just go to any scratch card booth and you ask for Liberty. You buy a card, then you play. Oh. Stand a chance to win. Oh. You can win up to 10,000 US. If you want to get money easy, buy Liberty Fortune scratch and win. They will make it a get kappa. Hey, yeah. If you want to get money easy, buy Liberty Fortune scratch and win. They will make it a get a kappa. Hey, yeah. I give the people bring. You happy to pay your children's school fee. Yeah. So come and play a game. I give the people bring. You happy to pay your car repair. Yeah. So come and we are money. It's all I give the people bring. You have to improve your business. Yeah. So come and play a game. It's all I give the people bring. You have to pay your fine hustle. Yeah. So come and we are if you want to get money easy, buy Liberty Fortune scratch and win. They will make it a get a kappa. Hey, yeah. If you want to get money easy, buy Liberty Fortune scratch and win. They will make it a get a kappa. Hey, yeah. So let me see your hands up for Liberty. I say we are a big Pafate. I say we are a big Pafate. Let me see your hands up for Liberty. I say we are a big Pafate. I say we are a big Pafate. So I say we are a big Pafate. Let me see your hands up for Liberty. I say we are a big Pafate. I say we are a big Pafate. So let me see your hands up. Pafate. I say we are a big poverty. Let me see your hands up for liberty. I say we are a big poverty. Poverty. I say we are a big poverty. So let me see your hands up for liberty. I say we are a big poverty.
Oh, yes, kicking poverty out of Liberia. They want to keep you in abject poverty while we are taking you out of extreme poverty. They don't mind your condition because they have the 10,000, the 5,000, the 15,000 United States dollars. They are comfortable within the government cycle. So they have no time for you. They can send for 150 dish at a restaurant of their choosing. They can even send for 350. Why you can't do any of such you want to. That's why we're trying the best we can. So let's go. Let's give this move to this frequent draw player. Let's call this person. So you see, not only are we giving you 5,000, 10,000, but we also
He washed it white as snow.
let's go one more time.
Press star to copy this song.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, Chief.
Yeah, hi there.
Yeah. Yeah. This is Sam Andrews calling you from Kings FM 88.5. What is your name and where you are?
I'm Lazarus Cow.
Lazarus Cow.
Yeah.
You play the King's Cash giveaway. You are a player.
Yeah. I'm gonna play.
What kind of player you are?
I play the cash giveaway. I can play most often.
Okay. You always play and you continue to play.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So we buying your soft drink. I don't know, you can drink soft drink or you drink star, you drink beer, anyone. Yeah. So we've sent you 1,000. Check your account. Yeah, so you continue playing, yeah, to motivate you because you always playing. So
always playing.
yeah. So we sent you 1,000. 1,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Check it out.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So that's it. We call them one by one and then we move on to the 10,000 and 5,000. That's why you continue to play. Hit the jackpot. Take the 5,000 and the 10,000. That star 799 star 24 hatch. Play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50. And then you can have your 10K, and your 5K. Get the 10K, get the 5K. That's $15,000. When you turn, well, then blame yourself. And I think you're going to church now. Whole day you praying for testimony, praying for breakthrough. But that's how you can change your life. Okay. So continue playing, yeah? At 10,000, let's hit the jackpot. We're getting there. Gradually, we will hit the jackpot. Somebody will take 10,000. Somebody will take 5,000. Keep playing. Continue playing. Don't feel weak. Don't get discouraged. Don't say, when I play, I can't win, so I'm not playing. Just when you are about to give up, it is when your testimony is set. Dial star 79 and star 24 hash, play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50. Let's move into the second and final lap of the show. It's been reported it is spreading fast and wide that the wife of slain Liberian president, Samuel Kayando. Nasido is dead. Several media outlets are reporting it. So there's this report. We're getting this report of uneasy atmosphere in Ivory Coast with the President Alassane Ouattara whereabout unknown. It's being reported that he was kidnapped. Several reports are coming up, but there's tension in Ivory Coast. There's tension in Ivory Coast. And just so you know, Burkina Faso had accused Ivory Coast of being behind the coups in Burkina Faso. The head of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traoré, survived 5 different attempts. And Burkina Faso will point finger not only at the West, but Ivory Coast that they share border with. So the tension had been on between the two countries. I am not saying that Burkina Faso is responsible or behind the tension in Ivory Coast, but what unfolded over the time. Yeah. So there's been tension there. Okay. So the government is moving. They say they are moving with their projects. Yeah, they are moving with their projects. And they know that they are not doing anything significant. Time is falling upon the government. The president confessed that not much is being done, even though he said that they will build the country. But he knows that things aren't moving. Even though they will move to call press conferences, get on social media and say all kinds of things like things are well with the government. Because they realize that they're not making progress and their failures, excesses, excuses, petty excuses have been highlighted by the opposition community who is coming back to power. They decided to develop a counter to the opposition radio stations. We told you of this thing, it was in the making. Not only that, before I leave, I will tell you about the other mechanism they have developed. They are doing everything they can to give a picture as if things are well in the country. The government is initiating development. Ironically, nothing absolutely significant is happening. Having meetings here and there, it doesn't say that you are making progress. You're only giving the public the impression that you are working, but you aren't. Just like the expression the people have, they say, bese bito. You're acting like you're busy, but you're making no progress. So they developed this group to counter the opposition radio stations. They realized that the opposition radio stations are saying things about the government bluntly, not matching the words, not bending anything, not compromising. And they needed to come out with something. So they came out with that thing called, that government propaganda that they put pretty close to 40,000 in. I told you it's not for nothing. And take it from me, confusion will set in. They will expose themselves because the act is criminal. It is wrong. You cannot take state resources to do such. If Bwaka is doing well, government officials need not form what they call class reloaded to talk anything. Their work will speak for you. Even God in heaven made it clear that boast not of yourself, rather let another person boast of you. God in heaven, the man said it. The man said it. God in heaven, the creator, he said, boast not of yourself, brag not, but rather let another person speak of your work. Yeah, that's what the man said. If you are doing well, do you need to go form anything called class reloaded? No, not at all. I come in there, I take my time. It's not easy. Ah, yeah. I tell you, what a man say, you can boast of yourself. If you are doing right, if Joseph Yema Boaka and all of his officials are doing right, as they said, they rescue the country, people will see and talk the rescue impact. They will not be rhetorical, getting on radio stations to talk to this small group of people that already know. You don't need to brag. Yes. Don't brag about yourself. God said it. The reason God said it, because the person who brags about himself, the person is empty. So it is something like image building that don't have substance. The man made it clear in Proverbs 27 verse 2. Look at it, you will see it. He said, let another praise you and not your own mouth. Let another praise you, not your mouth. Meaning, if you are practical, people will feel your footprint. They will feel your fingerprint. They will feel your footprint. They will feel everything about you and they will talk about it. But if you brag, the people will know that you are empty. That thing they call class reloaded. Didn't I tell you people that the team is George Weah? And I told you people that team that listen to them last night. Listen to them. The same thing. George Weah left the country. The president inherited this. The economy of this. All kinds of things they were saying last night. And they would not state exactly what Bwaka has done since he ascended to the presidency. What they can show to the people. What the government initiated on its own. And you call that thing a serious thing? It's going to break down. It will fade in no time. Because they don't have content. They don't have any practical message. They are elevating, and it's good. They are elevating. They're running campaign for we are ahead of time. Because when you sit, you use pretty close to 2 hours called class reloaded. And only George Weah you're talking about. There's no other name that's sweet in your mouth on your show but George Weah. You not only have you put the image of that person in your mind, but you are telling the rest of the people, this is the man. We are putting this man's image in your mind, and no other person they will know besides that image. I told you, you're listening to the people. Last night they were on. Then, yeah, another thing they were doing, they finish with the show government officials there. Yeah, my man, you're there with the issue. Yeah, thank God my minister was represented. That representation again, the bro. That the other minister were there. The ministry director were on the show. Oh, see, no disrespect. But chief, that children thing there. Me, minister, go sit down on that thing. We were designated the people responsible. But because they get anything, Pierre go sit down there. The other man go sit down there. They put men going there. Then they say they're covering the entire country, the 15 counties. Listen, everything in life, it is not the excitement that you move with. It is the sustainability. Call class reloaded. Government should have class. Everybody go sit down. They're just talking. We are this. We are left the economy this way. President Walker inherited this. President Walker inherited that. The things that the government did, that's in the people's mind, and the people will use it going into 2029. They ain't talking all those ones. They're the Bolivar Palace men there. Since they murdered that man, they can't talk about it, but they will talk about past murder. All of the murders that have taken place in this government. Look at Jessica's situation in United Party government, rescue government. Jessica situation, that United Party government. ELWA allegedly tampered with her. Peter George, the man who acted like he is a medical doctor. He's on the run now. When the issue was raised, United Party government refused to go after him. But if he was on the other side of the political divide, they would have sent 2-3 police pickup. They will not care that on class reloaded. And it is a minus against them. Just sit down. That is why you can talk all that Bwaka. As a matter of fact, listen, we're in a warfare. You can talk how Bwaka turning country into heaven. Our responsibility is to bring the negatives, the excesses, the excuses out. And when we chunk it to the international community, they will believe it. So like your class reloaded, can't reload there, you're just making mistake. It will not help. Because Bwaka is not a practical, realistic content character. Or creator, rather. Content creator is a person who creates ideas, innovative ideas. What do you see Bwaka innovating? Everything that people around him. Let a man, he confessed, he said that people can disrespect him. They will go, they will leave the country when they're in the air, then they send text message behind and say they're going to this other place. When he in a gathering, nobody can go around him because they're afraid that he will fall off. They don't want to be embarrassed in a gathering. You're listening to the cabinet meeting. He talked about his people stealing. He named 3 areas. The agriculture sector, Alexander Nuta presiding over a stealing. The education sector, Jaso Mala, she presiding over a stealing. The health sector, Dr. Luis Poto presiding over a stealing. Bwaka used the expression, he said, misuse of funds, except you did not go to school. Even if you go to school, you know what misuse means. Means wrongly used. And to wrongly use anything, it means it is intentional. Because once you are above 18, you have reached a full sense of reasoning. You know right from wrong. To allow that to happen, it means that you premeditated it and you got it into action. So the president said, makes use of allocated funds. Money set aside for this purpose. He said they are being misused. They will not talk that on class reloaded. But we will talk it. That is the difference between the two of us. They shield government excesses, lies, and failures. We expose government excesses, lies, and failures. And the international community will always want to listen to the opposition radio station because they bring out the truth. Because they invest in their money in here. They put thousands of millions of dollars into it. Joseph Bwaka said they invest, the donors to raise concern. Raise concern. But they will not say it on Class Reloaded that the donors raised concern with Mr. President that officials are misusing money allocated for projects implementation. No reason why you have most of the projects stalled. The guys are corrupting. So Reloaded can be. Let me go back to AB. What AB posted. Let me go back to it. I like it. I like it. You can use all the Reloaded. Where is it? Reloaded. Go say that. You better dissolve that thing and do what is right. You dissolve that trash. Go sit down there to brag. Yeah. The JMB projects. Cash Reloaded. Poverty Reloaded. Hardship Reloaded. Suffering Reloaded. Stealing Reloaded. Excuse Reloaded. Everything is reloaded on a Bwaka. Everything. Reload means double. That is the meaning of the word reload. The word re is a prefix which means to add. So, you get it? I'm going to explain it at the end before we go. The word reload, in English, they get something they call when we come out, we used to learn prefix, suffix, all those things, the meaning of those, RE, as different, the beginning of those words or adding words to change the meaning. So when you say load, L-O-A-D, it means fill or something you carry. If you say the cup is loaded, meaning the cup is filled. If you add reload, then it's monotonous. It doesn't make sense again. Because the cup is already filled, then you're adding, because read is to add. That's why they say reloaded. Nothing is loaded before you will add, or there will be addition. So the description of, I'm not elevating them, I'm just telling you they're wrongs. That is our responsibility to bring out all the negatives. That's what they were doing 6 years ago. So there is nothing different. If Bwaka had done something, then you would talk it. But Bwaka has done nothing. Nothing is happening there. How can it be reloaded? My people, you look at it. The old man said that you ain't go to school. You just think about it. Load. It means you get something already. You get something. All right. I'm talking about the one they can put on your head, you carry. The one means to do something. You get plenty thing inside. It full. So that low right there because plenty thing in there. Meaning you're making progress. So you want to add another progress so that it will be seen as you're doing real good. So it's a reloaded. But nothing, Bwaka not doing nothing. Here's another way you can understand it and accept. That's the next part of it. Reload means empty. You get it? Listen carefully. I explain the first part. The second part on. I told you I will explain it before we go. To reload means nothing there. So you want to fill. That's what it is. Reload. Nothing is there. Bwaka has done nothing. So how can they reload when it is empty? Nothing called. That's why when they get on the show, they can't say anything significant because Bwaka has done nothing. Nothing there. Nothing there. Empty. The expression reload, that the third aspect. The expression reload is a military term. It came from a military term. If you been here in the war or prior to the war, you've been watching movies and you still watch movies, when the guys are on the front and they're firing, what happened? The bullet or the cage is empty because they put out everything. Then they'll have to reload. Why you reload? Because nothing there. That's why they say reload. So when you reload and the magazine, they call it the magazine. When you put the bullet in the magazine, what happened? You have reloaded. It is reloaded. When the guys that can use that, they call it BZT, they sit down and one person, you're just firing, and then the other person is holding the bullet. It's on a chain. So as that bullet goes out, it's being reloaded. It's going in, the bullet going in. When a man is using AK, whatever the weapon, when he fire, it's empty, then he has to sit down in a place that the enemy will not see him. Then he start packing again, loading his magazine. What he's doing is he's reloading because they're empty. Put it in a political context. You did absolutely nothing. You're doing nothing. So how can you reload? You're getting the logic? How can you reload? If you have done something significant, your handprint, footprint, everything all over the place, and you're adding, then that's when you come and say reloading, which means you are adding. But Bwaka has done nothing. Go to the president now, sit him from here and ask him, Mr. President, what is your first project since you came to the presidency? Mr. Joseph Yeman Bwaka will never ever tell you that moment you will be in his presence, this is what I have done. Nothing. Bwaka initiated nothing, has no finished project. Keep playing the King's Catch giveaway is 10,000 and 5,000 people. I don't want to be talking more and more. I'm in my spirit now to move politically. So keep playing. That star 799 star 24 hatch. Play with $200 Liberian dollars or $1.50. Reload. You can reload with $200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US. Sit in front of Mr. President and ask him, President Joseph Yeman Bwaka, what is your first project since you came to power? If Bwaka answer you, if Bwaka just show you anything, one, God in heaven will send angel Gabriel down and the rest of the angels to celebrate him. And we all will celebrate. We all will join and be referencing the project. But Bwaka ain't get nothing. Bwaka can never ever say. It is a shame. It is a disgrace. At this time, 6 years ago, the first year, going into the second, his predecessor had something to show. And that's how the international community begin to trust you, begin to believe in you, because they see. People don't believe you when you're just talking and talking and talking and talking. You take all those people to just sit down and talk? No. People believe. They say action is saying. They say action is convincing. People are convinced when they see what you're doing. That's when they look at it and say, oh, but you're doing well. That's good. Keep it up. The reason they're telling you you're doing well because they're seeing something. So they motivate you to do more. But nothing is done. You're doing absolutely nothing. You got no project, nothing significant. And then you have those people over there. Hey man, where is my man? Where is Marvin Cole? You have those people over there. I can see why the man say they want to bring pressure on the man so that he will give her the goals, and then they will assume the presidency of this country, because they're stalling a number of things not working, not at all. What, my man?
They are believing to put more pressure on the old man so that he can give her the goals, and then they will assume criminally the democratically elected seat of our republic, that is the presidency. Believing to put more pressure on the old man so that he can give her the goals, and then they will assume criminally the democratically elected seat of our republic, that is the presidency. The presidency of this republic has been desecrated. They are believing to put more pressure on the old man so that he can give her the goals, and then they will assume criminally the democratically elected seat of our republic, that is the presidency.
So nothing. They're doing things intentionally. They know that Boaga will not contest 2029. So the goal is, let's act like we're working, we're doing things, we're talking here and there, delaying things so that 2029, he's off. And then I told you that the government is factionalized. Come on. Even the Pentagon, information leaks out. Great countries around the world, highly sophisticated. Information gets out. Don't worry about this thing here called country Liberia. The same way information, they had people in disguise in CDC government. They were leaking out information. Unity Party people disguised themselves as seditionists. They were leaking out information, sending it to Costa. They were leaking out this information, sending it to this person. They were saying all kinds of things about and against George Weah. Let me tell you that the same thing, because God said it. God said what goes around comes around. If you did it devilishly to the next person, they will do it to you. The same way the information coming. So we say it raw. The government is fashioning lies. You get the vice president, people who loyal to Vice President Jeremiah Kun, because Kun wants to be the next president. Kun can't wait to see himself taking the oath. We know that, and we see it how he goes around bragging. Everything, Mr. President, the president sent me this way, the president gave me the assignment, Mr. President, you know, and Mr. President. No vice president will be all praising of the president. You do your work and forget what president and president, that lip service there. Jumbly Kanga Lawrence, she has her own. 2020, let's start getting closer. You will know. They will say, oh, so all the thinkings FN used to be talking. We used to be against the people, then we say that opposition. None knew that true. You will see it, that how this country looks. And you see Edwin Snow. And Edwin Snow around here acting like strong opposition person. And Edwin Snow going on their side. Sit down. Yombly Kanga, there are people who loyal to Yombly Kanga, Lawrence. There are people, when some people are talking about government officials who Prince Mo is a strong, dominant voice in people who are loyal to the vice president. Country without telling him as the boss. Why they do that? Because they feel they're not honor obligation. They're not. Oh man, why must say the thing? That Bwaka himself said it. That certain minister will just leave the country. They go. And you say that when they're leaving the country, the person the lawyer told that the person they will go to, if the lawyer told Vice President Jeremiah Kun that Jeremiah Kun they will tell they're leaving the country because of so and so, then Jeremiah Kun will get any approval. They're running the government. Then I mean say that the ministers were going and not respecting him, that Joseph Yuma Bwaka. So that thing called class reloaded. Well, it is their right. Yes, they are government officials, they can talk about it, but it will die with time. And I challenge them 100%. They can make it. That's not the money. It's not the money can persuade people. No. It's what people say, the truth that they bring out, the exposure of evils. Moreover, what is it they have not said that the people will listen to them? What is it? What is it PR never said? When PR go on show, he causing George Weah. Daniel Sano, they causing George Weah. All the other people, I think the only person that can cause George Weah that can say Akula Fofana. Because Kula refined. And Kula far refined than Jeremy Pia and the other people there at the Ministry of Information. So that's why they were on last now. I was flipping through between AB and them because we are in opposition. Listen, I have said this and I always say, as all my friends, I say in my community, I say everywhere. We are in opposition. It is not our responsibility to praise the government. It is not our responsibility to sing government praise. It is our responsibility as propagandists to look for the negatives, the excesses, the evils, and everything about the government and bring it out. Because our goal is to get them out. And no better way to do it than what we are doing. So if you want praise from the government, well, don't listen. Because I'm not going to say that. Do you hear me say, oh, government doing this, government doing that, they want. No, except I understand what opposition propaganda is. I tell people everywhere I go. They will tell you, ask some of the people who know, they'll say, oh, we stand here talking, say Madrid can say it openly. His responsibility is just to look for this, to look for that, and bring it out. He's not good. No time to talk about government positivity. No. That is their responsibility. That's what they're doing. My responsibility is to look for the negatives about the government, about government officials, about the president. Their responsibility is to preach government, to sing government praise songs. It's not my responsibility. So because they realize that, yes, these guys are going for what we don't want the people to know. So let's come out to counter them. Bunch of government officials go say that, wasting state resources, taking your money. I learned why I will not believe the amount 100%, but you can do nothing without money. I heard a figure of 40,000 United States dollars for that thing called class. Government should have class. I thought government should be talking about its projects. That class. They're taking people from everywhere to go and explain. Then you dissolve the Ministry of Information press briefing. So what is essence of Ministry of Information press briefing? Then the next thing that is going to happen, because they're using LBS every day, so it will not become a state radio for everybody now. What's going to happen to LBS will be Unity Party station instead of state broadcaster now, because I think it's from Monday to Friday. So LBS now will be, you can go there and say anything negative on, and you go on LBS, you start to talk about the excesses of the government. Eugene Fagon will tell that person who brought you, in fact, that person will be dismissed. Gafanjo having meeting from meeting to meeting. Go to the other ministry, having meeting. This other agency, have meeting. Just having meeting. Can't see nothing. Nothing coming up from the meeting. Just meeting upon meeting. Any government that just have meeting, hold a meeting. Can't see nothing. They say, oh, George Weah was not doing nothing. George Weah was speechless. But that George Weah impact they own today. Bouaka can show one thing that he initiated. They develop quote-unquote arrest agenda. Then they say, I think 1.4 billion, 75% comes from the international community. The people say, you're stupid. You're normal. We're responsible to put all our money. You think Liberia is the only country we are partner to? We're responsible to support your platform or your manifesto. You can generate resources. The money you want are people, taxpayers' money. We should take it and put it into your arrest agenda. Nonsense. Then, you know, so listen, let me tell you people who are in the opposition community with us, you'll be strong. You'll open your eyes. You'll listen carefully. And you'll be in the position to counter them. You'll be in a position. The radio station is to extend your voice because it reaches tens of thousands of people in your community, at your business center, wherever. Counter. The only thing, let it not lead to confusion. But you have the right to say that your government did this, and what your government did, this government has done nothing yet. We have seen nothing. The next person who is sitting beside you on that table will believe you, and you have won that person over. The person who has something to show, the people believe that person, then the person who is just talking but has nothing to show did nothing. Clady Addison said, yes, it's not easy. It's not easy. So you don't get into confusion, but you talk what your party has done. I told you people, turning setback into comeback is not an easy thing. It sounds good, it sounds pleasant, but it is a difficult task. Already, your standard bearer has placed fear in Joseph Yema Boakai and all Unity Party people when he announced, we are coming back. When we are announced in the church that he was taking a break, he wasn't thinking about 2029, people got discouraged. Some of his supporters, you partisans, vast majority of you felt weak. And anybody will do that, will feel that way. You people were right, because that's your leader. They say, follow the leader. Not until he announced that he will be contesting the 2029 elections and that he will hold the government's fire to the feet, that enough was enough. You people, be strong. They will lie to you. They will say things about your party, about your leader. Don't get emotional. All of those things are tactics so that you will feel uncomfortable and think that your party can't come back. Don't mind what they say. Don't be carried away by that expression that they often use, that we will never come back to power. No one has anybody's future. No one has any country future. Only God. No one party can stay in power forever and ever. If Unity Party would think that they are the only party to be in power. Nobody can come and they will be here forever and ever. Listen, I'm not wishing any doomsday for this country, but it will be another round of war. Because you know why? The people will get vexed and they will rise up. And that's what led us to go into the 1990 war. Certain group of people got fed up with certain group of people staying on as if the country was their personal property. That's what led us. That the main reason we got in 1990. Don't be afraid. Don't get discouraged. That is a political strategy to weaken you, to discourage you. When they tell you we will never come back to power, no one party has this country. This is not a one-party property. This is the Republic of Liberia, with every citizen having the right to participate once you meet the criteria. And let me say to the Unity Party people, that statement is tantamount to chaos. That statement, you guys will have to drop it. It is tantamount to chaos. It could cause chaos. It goes with angering. You could anger people. When you say that this person would never, you're saying that you are the right person, you are the holy one, you are the best, and you will stay on forever and ever. No. Just stop. That is not a good statement to make. Do what you sign up to do. You ran for the presidency. You got the presidency. You want to stop saying that this person, George Weah, will never come back, and concentrate on what you sign up to do. Weah is not your project. Your project is the arrest agenda. Focus on your project. If you guys continue to say that I'm only advising the same way we used to advise in the past, they overlook it, they say we were not normal, all kinds of things. When they experience the reality, like the prodigal son experience, that's when they start coming around acting funny. Oh, my man, yeah, well, you guys said it, oh, my man. We're saying it. We don't have to wear gun and hold belt in our hands like Aladura people. And we don't have to fake anything. This country is the country of for every Liberian. We are Liberians. We know exactly what we went through here. I am telling you, Unity Party people, you stop using that statement. You may think that it is political. Yes, you're using it in a political context, but we have a fragile society. You are saying that as long as you exist as Unity Party, George Weah and CDC will never come back here. And listen, as long as you think you can stay there, will be another round of war, because you know how they will resist you. In politics, there are certain lines you don't use. No matter what. There are certain lines. You guys say you're politicians, but I think you need to read. You need to read political books extensively, especially those lines that necessitated or that brought conflict. You think we can sit on this radio here and use certain expressions, say certain things? But we know that it will cause, we understand our environment. So we hold back. We can sit here and say something and use some lines. But what will it profit? At the end of the day, you see this whole atmosphere in another form. Unity Party has never been best, good in this country. 12 years, Bwaka was with Ellen. Did he show anything? Can they reference anything? All of the people who are talking today say class reloaded. Bwaka is the best person, the right person for this country. It will be best. And that's how the people will say, yes, this man can do, when they can look back on their life and say, when this man was vice president, this is what he did. This is the man's footprint. Though he wasn't the president, but as vice president, he did XYZ, he did this, he did that. Joy Howard Taylor, as vice president, she has a project. Her handprint, footprint, fingerprint can be seen and talked about by the very people. 12 years. At least Joy Howard Taylor was 6 years. Bouaka, 12 years. Can you people, quote unquote, reloaded officials, rather to talk about Bouaka or talking about Bouaka, show anything when he was in the past as vice president, and then you say that we can come back to power as if everything was okay? Why Unity Party did not turn the country 12 years into heaven? When did the people experience good roads in this country? Wasn't it George Weah? When did the people experience life, cozy life, good recreational life, exposure, with the importation of foreign ideas that today you have parks all over the place? Foreigners come into the country. They're using it as a touristic site. They are comfortable. They are excited. They feel like they are at home. Look at the infrastructures all over the place. You can see George Weah, even though they don't want to admit. Just stop saying that Weah will never come back to power, that God has the future. Some of you will say Weah will never come to power, and some of you will die, and Weah goes to the presidency. You have to be very careful. When you say certain things, it can work against you. So y'all continue saying all your thing there, yeah? We inside, we're battling. Let me talk the outcome. We're talking about a little. I told y'all. Yeah, see? Now y'all heard. Y'all heard it that the meeting ended in Che. It is a Liberian parlance or expression. The meeting ended in Che. That means no hey, no tay. You see that? Look, amen. I hope that you guys at the legislature will understand who you are. They arrange the vice president and Speaker Richard Kuhn. We'll call you Speaker. Not that we really see you as Speaker. We know everything that happened. We know how you ascended there. So since they had election by pressure, harassment, intimidation, and they gave you a, so we'll call you Speaker. But in me, consciously, we really see you as Speaker, Richard Kuhn. But we'll call you Speaker because that's what you wanted, that's what you fought for, that's what you did all kinds of things for. So we'll call you Speaker. Meaning, when you hear people saying it that way, what they're simply saying, we make fun of you. We see you as a fun, not a serious person. Didn't I tell you people that Richard Kuhn can handle that place? That Richard Kuhn is emotional. He's quick to get vexed. He's temperamental. He has this thing where they call the psychologists, they call it temper tantrum. That it is a kind of vexation that when it is in you, the next thing that you see without reasoning is action terrible against the next person. We talk about the crowning politics they brought against the speaker. They're doing it too. So we talk that one. He's comedian. They did not. I heard people say, oh, they lied to the president that everything was okay at the legislature. Who told you? Nobody lied to Bouaka that everything is well at the legislature. Who told you? Bouaka is aware of everything that is unfolding there, everything that unfolded, that meeting, Bwaka is, well, what did Bwaka, oh man, come on, you don't present a thing like Bwaka in another country, and we hear, and Bwaka in no. The man who orchestrated the removal of Fonati Kofa, the man who made sure it happened, just few days ago, the high election. Then the man came and said he congratulated Richard Kun for becoming speaker. That the man will not know what is unfolding, that the legislature is still divided. Didn't we tell you that the ascendancy of Richard Kun was just the beginning of the crisis at that place? And as long as he's on as Speaker of the House of Representatives, it will be confusion. We have 4 representatives now that ask for excuse. I told you people yesterday it was deliberate. Those guys don't feel comfortable sitting on a Kun. Didn't Kun people say, if the Supreme Court rule in Kofa's favor and Kofa goes back to be the speaker, they will not sit under him? So the guys are doing the same thing, but in a professional way against a bunch of dull people. They're asking for excuse. They ask for excuse. Take my word. I'm telling you. I told you people this. Fonati Kofa will not work in Bwaka government. Today is the 21st. Mark it. Fonati Kofa will not work in Bwaka government. Fonati Kofa will not return to that legislature. What Fonati Kofa had never experienced in his life, what Bwaka did to him, and he will never forget it. Listen, he is a Christian and I am a Christian. Let me tell you, the Bible says you can let go, but the Bible did not say you should forget history. The Bible only said, let it go. Meaning, don't retaliate, don't pay back, but nowhere in the scripture it says, with your 5 senses, you should forget it. No, that history. You live with history. The history guides you going into another situation. That's why the speaker said he takes responsibility for everything that happened. He blamed himself, that he will not shift blame on anybody. George Weah did everything he could to help him, and George Weah was the only person apart from his colleagues who were on the line with him, encouraging him, giving him ideas to make sure that everything was resolved. What he went through, Fonati Kofa can never forget what Bwaka did to him. And I am telling you, Fonati Kofa will not return to that legislature. Those of you who are listening to the station in the Capitol building, you mark it and you take it. You start preparing. It wouldn't be a surprise when you receive the communication from Fonati Kofa stepping down as representative of Grand Creek County District 2. And the people of Grand Creek County will not have a problem with that. They will not have a problem because they know what Joseph Yuma Bwaka did. And let me tell you, 2029, the Southeast, you will see the revenge of the Southeast in 2029 election. Just by ill-treating the people that way. You will see it. Listen, this country, people kept things in mind for years, until the 1990 war came. That's when they decided to avenge the anger. But all those years, all those things that people did to them over the years, they kept it in their heart. When the time came, they said, this is a good opportunity to avenge. You're doing things to people, yet they're keeping it in their heart. 2029, they will see it as a glorious opportunity to avenge against Unity Party. Fonati Kofa will not return to that place. Kun is having it all bad. So, you had a meeting when they went, like a few people. And let's see. I'm disappointed, but anyway, you don't trust politicians. I told you, don't trust any politicians. Instability, that's moving around rural, all cocoa chairman, say he spoke mayor. Instability go sit down over there. He took Mike to introduce himself. Bwaka had no time. Bwaka was just looking at the people like small children. He said, look at these look at, I used them. At least I'm successful now. The meeting ended in deadlock. How were you called? The people playing it, Bwaka, Jeremiah Kun, Rachel Kun, and then they playing it. You call those men and women to go sit down, and then the people can't say anything. Then you know what meeting is? Meeting is for people to express themselves. That's what they call meeting of the mind. And it's good for them. It's good for them that they sat down there, they subjected them to nothingness. They could not express themselves. They didn't give them any right to say anything. You know what? Bwaka is paying back now because the mission is accomplished. You think Bwaka regard you? The mission is accomplished. The thing that mercenarism, once the act is accomplished, finish. Didn't Bwaka pay you? You got money. Why LACC won't continue with the investigation of reported dollars that were reported? The reason why Bwaka treated you that way yesterday at the executive mansion because mission accomplished. Mission accomplished. The man excited. The man called a ball. Say, okay, Kun, thank you. At least we are on course now. He called a man Kun to congratulate him.
True reconciliation and unification require more conscious decision by each of us and renewal that our house of our national legislature with the election. I have extended my warmest congratulations to Honorable Kun on this election and urge him to lead with courage, inclusiveness, and humility. I further encourage him to reach across the aisle, unify the body.
So, if Bwaka, the people who were arguing, I listened to some of the commentaries that, oh, Bwaka, they just presented like everything all right and they misled the president. Bwaka was never ever misled. Bwaka knew exactly. Who does not know that the house is still divided? The election of Rachel Kun doesn't say that everything is rosy, everything is holy. No. There is still disenchantment. People are still bitter. How can you win an election? And just a day after, lawmakers are putting in for excuses. They're putting in on medical leave. They say the people, they gave the president the impression that everything. The president is the mean person, the mean doer is Joseph Yuma Bwaka. And you are excited, you call Kun, say congrats. Then why did he was not, let's assume that, oh no, let us not, we're not even assuming. But he knows that there is a crisis and he knows that the election of Kun was not the end of the crisis. So he said, he told Rachel Kun to go across the aisle.
Urge him to lead with courage, inclusiveness, and humility.
So a man who does not know will say this prior to their meeting yesterday. The guys went there. They made them shame. It good for them. It good order, whether from majority blow, minority blow, rural or cocoa, wherever it good for you. Because you know your essence and your values. Will say, let me say raw to you. Because you people are the first branch of government. You people are the ones that should be summoning Joseph Yima Bwaka across the road. And not you people leaving your office to go sit down here inside the mansion, they bring food to you, they bring drink for you to the center. Where in the world you have seen, I think, in any sound country, legislators must move from their office to go sit down to executive mansion. Then you say you first branch of government. You know what I mean? You know why the Constitution made you first branch of government? You know why they call you honorable? You know your essence and your value? You reduce yourselves. Look at Rachel Kuhn. That's how you can forge reconciliation. You know how to do it yourself. You have to care people to executive mansion to president. You see the ineptitude of Rachel Kuhn? You talk, oh, you the boss now. You people were arguing, doctrine, the separate, how do you call it? The separation of power, eh? Doctrine separation. Well, and you people were arguing. So you operate in your area independently now. Rachel Kuhn, the speaker, you can forge reconciliation. Start reconciliation right there. Your president said he told you to go across the aisle. Form a leadership of inclusion. Then you go to Jeremiah Kuhn and tell Jeremiah Kuhn, I beg you, man, please let's go to the president. Let kids on the men in there to go see the president. Oh! By your call, man. You're calling me. Rachel Kuhn is inept that making do nothing of it. Oh, Bwaka will regret it. Speaker Kofa Ovo, we're not talking about Kofa again. Thank God Almighty. That one when you're in the Bible, when Jesus said, when they slap you on this cheek, turn the other. He said, tell them, let them hit you. It simply means move out. Then you will see the rear. The rear. That's when I come in. Every time you hear God using expression like that, he's simply saying, don't retaliate. Quietly accept it in due, move out. When you move, then I step in your place now to avenge on your behalf. That's why you see in that place, 24/7, week in, week out, will not be in peace. Let's take a few calls and then we are out. Keep playing the King's Cash giveaway. We're getting there. It's 10,000 and 15,000. That's star 79 and star 24 hash. Play with $200 Liberian dollars or $1.50. Let's take a few calls on 0772 2399 33 0886 30 44 97 0777 9803 75. And then we are out. Hello. Let's hear you quick. See you.
Yes, Sam, thank you. Sam, this is Sam. I call you from Jacobstown. Sam, I listened to the last pointer. But first, let me use this opportunity to appreciate the president for such a bold step. Sam, over the last 7 months, a little over 7 months, we have had an impasse at the House of Representatives. Thankfully, now we have a legitimate constitutional speaker elected by officials of that house. Sam, I thought it was only a good thing that the president would call those lawmakers to sit with them and encourage them to have reconciliation and move forward. That was a very good step on the part of the president. In fact,
hold on, my man. Come on, leave that. Leave that. It is not the president's responsibility to find reconciliation. The speaker, the man who is speaker. You hear your boss, man. He said he told Rachel Kuhn to go across the aisle and form a government, a leadership of inclusiveness.
Yes, he said that, right?
So lead that one because I want to listen to that thing. That
So Sam, there were 60 of those members that attended the meeting with the president. So to tell you that they were in majority.
Okay, thank you, sir.
I think that there are like-minded lawmakers who believe that this country should move forward. This is why they attended the meeting. So this country has to move forward, Sam, regardless of the political differences. They are passed. Let us move on. That's why the president met.
Yeah, we're moving on nowhere. Bwaga is a bad man. There you go. Hello.
Yeah, could you hear Uncle Sam?
Let's hear you.
Yeah, this is Ambassador Melvin Slot to work coming from Progressive Nigerian Working Group. Thank you. Ever since that through you, some of us voices were heard through the media. And now today, we have found ourselves in a serious dilemma, Uncle Sam. There has been a very serious, been an open secret. Guess what? I have recently realized that Mr. Bwaka is a caretaker instead of the president. His governance style is not having attribute of a president. Similarly, like a nurse in the home. I think yesterday you were experiencing a nurse. Man, one ear, mama close that ear. Sometimes they don't care, but you got to think they are not your own mom. They think that, oh, you are a child. This is the way Mr. Baka behaves. And I just sat in my room and listened to your analysis. We believe that Liberia will become blue again. Look at what I said. Why would this president will not have a defined arrest agenda? I thought that some of the real agenda is flooded up.
Okay, Chief.
And we've never going to get to them to see how they can review that agenda and identify actually what is the meaning of the zero after death arrest.
All right.
The only agenda is so grievous arrest.
Thank you,
rescue.
sir.
Hey, can you rescue people? You came to arrest Liberia for what we did to this Thessalonian member.
All right. Thank you, Chief. Thank you so much. The meeting ended in chair. But Walker did not even know why he was sitting over there. He didn't know. He did not know. Vice President walked in, Speaker walked in, the other people walked in. Then he said, Thomas Fowler Walker said, please exercise there, and people start introducing themselves. Walker did not know. That's why they did not give the guys the right to express themselves. Then it all ended in chair. Nonsense. You're right. Hello.
Really? Mr. Andrews.
Yes, sir.
How do you do, sir?
I'm good.
Thank you for your analysis. I'm Jimmy Quay. I call from Township West Point.
Let's hear you, Jimmy.
Yeah, thank you, sir. My brother, you people are always pushing the truth, telling us the truth and what have you. For some of our brother and sister, they went the wrong way. But for some of us, we really resolute that nothing will never to go astray. Nothing will move us. We'll always remain with the Congress for Democratic Change, which is CDC.
Okay, Chief.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, thank you all. Keep playing. That star 79 and star 24 hatch. Let's take one or two from the women's line. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Van.
What is your name? Hello.
This is Captain Mitchell calling from Puebla.
Yeah. Let's hear you.
Yeah, Mr. Van, I want to say thank you for your analysis.
Andrews. This is Sam Andrews.
Okay, Mr. Sam Andrews. I want to say thank you for your analysis because in this country that we found ourselves in, the people that are saying whatever you sow is what you will reap. That's what I was saying. So today, Mr. Kuhn is over there. He feels that everything is better for him. But he has just set up his own trap. Because whatsoever he has done in the life of because it will surely come back to him. Because as you're showing your 5 fingers to somebody, there are another one coming to you.
Oh, thank you.
For Thomas Falamupa, I just sorry for him because he will never win election in the country.
Okay,
so
thank you. Let's go to the next woman. Hello.
Andrew.
Yeah.
I think I'm see on the line.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Like you were just saying, the whole thing will watch and see that horse. It will be a real pretty fighting in a horse. Because that man, he get the ability who can cook. They get the boy for who see you. You know a wreck from Tabata all this too. Thank you, my son, for having me.
Thank you too. Have a nice day. So it's been reported, former First Lady of slain Liberian President Samuel Kanyando Nessie Doe is dead. So Eugene Colley said all the lawmakers that stood with Fonati Kofa, Richard Kuhn told his people to marginalize them in everything. But listen, you know that meeting yesterday, it was not really for everybody, but they did not want the people to know. So they can say, oh, the mayor, he said his speaker, you see there, the same thing they were talking, he divided. Oh, that's why they just say the House of Representatives was going to meet the president. But if you look at that number, majority of the lawmakers that were there, how they call them? The majority lawmakers. Only few from Kofasa. Nephew, they only wanted to go with their own people, but they could not do it because it would have been seen as, oh, truly, the mayor that the men supported this thing. You see, the guys are going there now for the president to say thank you to them. So they just put it that way and say the House of Representatives. The people stopped their session. Can you imagine? The session on session day, serious thing. Serious thing. The people leave it. They leave the people work to go sit down and sit down with Joseph Yuma Parker as if they never sat with president before. That thing or they call legislature. And Dillon used to be shouting all over the place, calling the other people legislature spineless. So we can say it too, that the legislature is spineless. They don't have the balls that the next word you used to use. The balls. They don't have the balls to look in Joseph Boakar's face and tell him X, Y, Z. Boakar controlling them. It's not easy. We inside. Y'all go to now again on your so-called class reloaded. I see her, yeah. I see her. The former first lady. Everybody reporting it now. That the former first lady, the late Samuel Doe's wife, Nessie Doe, is dead. Manchester United and Tottenham, all English final tonight. The Europa final, Manchester United against Tottenham Hotspur. I'm going for Tottenham. Did I read your lines? Hey man, no man, I can't take calls and don't read after you have written. Let me do it quick. Time is already out. Philip Nangwese Boakai is heartless president, Republic of Liberia. Clady Allison said, Unity Party wants to use chaos to disrupt the country. Okay. The June 7 protest coming, when we're getting closer, we'll talk all the constitutional aspect to it. Matthew Cholople say, if Unity Party think we will allow them to do what they did in 2023 election, it will not work. Okay. Sorry, time is of the essence. The news is on at 6, and at 6:50, CDC hour is on, and 10 o'clock, not 10, sorry, 8 o'clock, Face the Issues with Teacher Light, Anthony Atlaw, A.B. William. Until tomorrow, when we're back, if God permits, I'm Sam Andrews.